I have a table which is test user with 4 fields. The first is test user ID, the second is username, password and email. The test user ID is an integer type and with an auto increment and primary key option. So I will insert one row into it. The username is, for example, admin. The password is admin2 and the email is admin phpcode.hu. But if you insert the password, use an encryption which is MD5. And with this you could know the inserting SQL query which insert these values into these fields. ID field is null because it's auto incremented. So let's create a connection to the PHP. I've done this with connect.php. It just connect to the MySQL server. Alright, so let's begin with the PHP and include the connect. After this, let's create a form to get information from your visitor. I've done with these options with the generator. It's just a simple fill-in form. It is a form which will have 3 fields to do it. Alright, and this is username, password and email. If you post this form, you could do with the method post. The action is the same file you are in, but you could write the correct file name, index.php. If you use post method, you get the information with the post variable. This is an array and the array's name is username and password. And let's print it. And test. If I write something, for example, it writes down, alright? And let's create an SQL query which select these values from the table. This is SQL and select everything from test, which is the correct name, test user, where the username field is equal with the posted value. Use these brackets to insert an unescaped.
Megyek egy 5 perc.
And the password is equal with the posted password value. And that's on. And if you used an MD5 encrypt, use the MD5 encrypt in the SQL query too. Be careful with this method. And just for the test, let's print this SQL string. And run it in phpMyAdmin. If it's correct, you could use it in PHP. Something wrong? If you use a string to select, you must use this sign at the end of the value. Okay, and let's check again. And it is okay, but there is no match in username and password table. Let's print the correct data. For example, admin and admin2, and check with phpMyAdmin. It's necessary to know there is a result, and this is it, that found right. And if the result is true, let's print one field from the database. So the result will be equal with my SQL query, which is the SQL. And you can count the rows with row number within equal with MySQL num rows function, and you put here the results and print the row number. The row number is 1 because it found it, but there is no result. It print an O, right? If this value is equal with 1, use double equal. Let's print you signed in. This is it. You use the if. Alright, but I don't want to sign in. I get one field from the database. Alright, one row will be equal with this command. I fetch the results with it, and if you print for example email, you could get the email, which is admin.php. I would like to send this variable into another page with a session. Let's start a session and create a session variable which will an email will be equal with the fetched value, which is an email. Use the signs, of course. And let's go to another location with header, which is index2.php. Let's create index2.php. Open it. Let's start a session. and let's print the session variable, which is the email. Alright, it goes to the index2.php and writes the admin.php code, which is the session variable. Alright, let's try it, and bye bye. If you got question, you can answer it. phpcode.hu